Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy. Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning, I wanna turn on this. Becky quick. While the average man looking at it's sad like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stop pick. I know that booty got dry, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's from pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. and I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? And make profits. Hey, Suge, Mike, what we doing? And make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? And make profits. That TTG money gang. And making profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. For those of you that do not know, True Trading Group, or TTG as we like to call it, is a financial education and trading community that provides training, mentorship, and trading tools for traders and investors. Our mission is to help traders and investors achieve success in the stock markets by providing education and support. The company offers a range of training programs, including live webinars, video courses, and mentorship programs, as well as access to trading tools and real-time market data. We also provide a trading community for our members, allowing traders to share their ideas and insights, collaborate with other traders, and learn from experienced mentors. The company's focus is on teaching traders how to identify opportunities and manage risk in the markets using a variety of trading strategies and techniques. True Trading Group's approach is based on technical analysis and market fundamentals. They focus on stocks, options, futures, and crypto. Yes, True Trading Group offers trade alerts to its members in real time. The company's trade alerts are designed actually to help traders identify potential trading opportunities and make more informed trading decisions, and the track record speaks volumes. The moderators and I, and there's not just myself, there's 9 other professional traders that are calling out trade alerts in real time on True Trading Group, and we have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate amongst us as a group of just around 80% now going on the last 3 years. Our trade alerts are based on technical analysis and market research and cover a range of asset classes, including stocks, options, futures, and crypto. The alerts include entry and exit points, stop loss levels, and other key information to help traders manage risk and maximize their returns. You see, in addition to those trade alerts, though, we provide a range of other trading tools and resources to our members, including access to real-time market data and analysis, live trading webinars, one-on-one mentorship and coaching from experienced traders. It's important for you guys to note that while trade alerts can be helpful tools for traders, they should not be relied upon as the sole basis for you making your trading decisions. Traders should also conduct their own research and analysis and develop a comprehensive trading strategy that takes into account their own risk tolerance and their own financial goals. So if you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the place. Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. We do these live 6 days a week, Sunday through Friday, where myself, other TTG Pro trading moderators, and special guests will drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, analysis, trade ideas, and market commentary that can help you become better traders immediately. So if you are new to this channel, make sure you smash the like button, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. You guys do not ever want to miss out on any of the live streams that we are going to be conducting, because we're dropping golden nuggets on a regular basis. Before I get things started here tonight on this live stream, I do want to thank our partners over at Benzinga. For those that don't know, Benzinga does offer their own educational products and tools, yet they still fully endorse the TTG platform for the massive added value that it provides for the members in their community. We're grateful to Benzinga for the opportunity to further educate their community and to offer the Benzinga Pro Newsfeed and Squawk, which is worth over $1,400 a year if you went to Benzinga directly. That's included for all TTG members for free as part of your annual membership when you do join the TTG platform. So, folks, there you have it. If you were here from Benzinga, you're in the right place. Without any further ado, guys, welcome to tonight's live stream. It's going to be a very special stream in store for you guys here tonight because it is Fed Week. It is Fed Week. We're going to find out, are we going to get a pause? Are we going to get 25 basis points? Are we going to get 50 basis points? What's Jerome Powell going to tell us about the state of the banking system and the banking industry? And is he concerned about further contagion stemming from the fall and collapse of Signature and Silicon Valley? These are all of the things that we are going to be discussing here today. But you see, tonight we have a lot more to discuss than just that. You're going to hear the truth about the stock market. I'm going to give you the truth about the economy. I'm going to give you the truth about this banking crisis that I've been telling you for the last 2 weeks as a lot of misinformation has been being spread across social media. I'm going to give the truth about the Fed meeting this week, including rate hikes. And with these truths, you will be forced to make a choice. Hopefully, you'll be making a choice. Everyone right now is watching this live stream on a Sunday evening for a very specific reason. You guys could all literally be doing anything. You could literally be doing anything else right now. You could be watching TV with your family. You could be watching TV by yourself. You could be taking a bath. You could be doing anything else. Yet you've chosen to be here on this live stream. And regardless what the specific reason for that is, it all boils down to one thing, and that is to make money. That's right. Everybody on this live stream is here so that they can have a better chance at a more even playing field, for which they have a better chance to make money in the markets as soon as tomorrow and consistently in the future indefinitely. That's everyone's goal. That's why you come on these live streams. That's why you're on YouTube looking for stock market information, not to watch other people be successful. You're trying to make money for yourself. So it says everyone is here to get information that could potentially make them money, potentially make them a better trader and investor. Then let's get right into it, and let's start with a little bit of background and understanding of what it is that everyone here is trying to participate in order to make that money. Stock market's often referred to as the greatest equalizer. And its essence, the stock market is a platform that offers unparalleled opportunities for individuals from all walks of life to invest, grow, and secure financial futures. It transcends barriers of social and economic status, providing everyone with a chance to participate in the growth and prosperity of businesses, both large and small. As we venture into an era of rapid technology advancements such as artificial intelligence, brokerage platform apps, there seems to be these things popping up left and right. We have to acknowledge that the stock market has become more accessible than ever before. At the end of 2022, it was actually estimated there are now 50 million retail traders participating in the stock market. That's a record high. No longer is the stock market simply a playground just for the wealthy and the well-connected. It's now opened its doors to anyone with a dream and the will to learn this unprecedented access to financial instruments, empowering individuals to take control of their financial destinies and to work towards financial independence. That is why everybody tries to do this. However, if we all want to make money in the stock market, which of course we all do, we must acknowledge that this journey is not without its challenges. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. Stock market demands patience, perseverance, and a willingness to learn. Becoming successful in the stock market is not about finding a psychic that can predict the future. You must invest in yourself if you are going to succeed. We must actively strive to close the knowledge gap and financial literacy faster and encourage responsible investing practices, for it is only through informed and diligent participation that the stock market can truly serve as a great equalizer, granting each of us the opportunity to seize our financial futures. If you are not going to do that, then you are just a pawn in a much larger game that will be taken advantage of and will lose money on a consistent basis because you are falling victim to the exact thing that the game itself has rigged and stacked against you. If all you are doing is reading Reddit and reading Twitter, you are doomed for failure. And you will always be doomed for failure, because that is not how successful traders and successful hedge fund managers and successful investors make the right decisions. It's not by reading, not by going off of what Mambo Jam's kitty cat told them was going to happen with the banking industry on Reddit. Some random person, they have no idea who they are, where they're from, or what their background even is. That is not how successful traders are doing this and making a living. So in case anyone was wondering what it is that you are participating to make that money that you so badly want to make, what I just described, this great equalizer, is what it is that you have the opportunity to participate in right here, right now. Record high number of retail investors and retail traders are in this market. In fact, did you guys know actually that due to access to technology, access to education, access to communities and tools, that overall from 2021 to 2022, the number of millionaires, high net worth individuals, the wealthiest category, has grown by nearly 25%. This is a massive increase from the previous year. Did you also know that for the first time in history, more than 1% of Americans are now millionaires? How do you think that happened? How do you think that happened? It's the first time in history. The wealthiest category grew by 25%. And more than 1% of Americans are now millionaires. Between 2021 and 2022, you had the most amount of millionaires created. I'm not talking about the richest people just getting richer. I'm talking about people that 2 years ago were not millionaires. Now they are. People are getting out there. They're seizing the opportunity. They're investing in themselves. They're making it happen day in and day out. And for those that question whether or not these words are just like some stupid little silly sales tactic or a bunch of hot air, let me assure you, I've seen members of True Trading Group come in here and start with less than $1,000 in their trading account with no education, only a desire to learn and a willingness to invest themselves. I've seen these people put in the work and turn that small account and that willingness into bona fide careers that have made them more money than they ever could have dreamed of making from their traditional previous 9 to 5. I share this with you not to brag or to boast, but because I am genuinely proud of what these people have been able to accomplish utilizing the platform that has been created. This is not easy. Nothing was handed to them. They did the work. They dug in, they put up their money, they put up their effort, and they're now reaping the benefits, especially in 2022 and now in 2023. And why do I mention 22 and 2023 specifically? Well, that can be summed up literally in one word, and that one word is volatility. I called, if you guys have been following my live stream for the last couple of years, I coined at the end of 2021, I announced very publicly I was selling in my long-term portfolio. It's all over these live streams from September and October of 2021. I was telling everyone I'm selling. I think 2022 is going to be the year of the active trader. Then at the end of 2022, I called 2023 the year of the active opportunist. Now, the one thing both of these years had in common is that those that were active, those that were educated, and those that were able to adjust quickly to volatility were the ones that were able to succeed. See, volatility has been excellent for those that are participating in the market over the last couple of years. For those of you that are confused, allow me to explain. Okay, I'll give you an analogy. Imagine you're at a playground and you see a big seesaw. Okay, the seesaw goes up and goes down, just like the prices of stocks and the stock market volatility is like the movement of the seesaw. Okay, it measures how much and how quickly the price of stocks go up and down. Now, you might be wondering why this up and down movement is good for the stock market. A few reasons. One, excitement. Price movement creates excitement. Just like how it's more fun to play on a seesaw while it is moving up and down, a stock market with more movement can be more exciting for people who buy and sell stocks. This excitement attracts more people to then participate, which can make the stock market then even more lively and interesting. The second reason is opportunities. When the stock market is volatile, stock prices change more frequently and more quickly, more often. So this means there's more chances for people to buy stocks when they think the price is low and then sell stocks when they think the price is high because the prices of these stocks are moving around very rapidly. These opportunities can help people make money if they're smart and make educated decisions. The third reason is learning. A volatile stock market can teach people a lot about investing and how the economy works. It's like a gigantic classroom where people can learn from their experiences and become better investors over time if they are part of the right community and are with people that have seen all of these situations before that can explain what's going on in the markets, that can explain what's going on in the macroeconomic view, and where you can learn from their previous experiences and from their knowledge. So tonight, we're going to get into some hard truths about the stock market specifically, some hard truths about the banking crisis, and why this is the most opportune time for anybody to get involved. Invest in yourself, get ready to have a fair shot of making some real money. But first things first, whether or not you choose to play, all of you, every last one of you are currently playing a game right now. And unless you want to go off grid and somewhere and live off the land and disappear, then you're going to be playing this game for a very long time. See, the economy, the banking system, the stock market, it's all one gigantic game. And those who are able to do well in the game are the ones that play along. Those that want to make up their own rules, you want to go against the grain, you want to cry about how the game and the rules should be changed. Well, those are the ones that usually don't do very well. And when you do well in this game, your reward is not points or coins, it is money. Now, whatever your moral standing is about the economy or the banking system or politics or anything else like that, I don't care. Neither does anyone else here, neither does the stock market. We're all here to play this game and to make money. That is our goal. Simple as that. If that's not your goal, this ain't for you. Sign off the live stream. That is what we're doing here. So I want to keep the primary focus for this live stream. See, some people, they logically know what I'm about to tell you, but some people have a hard time truly understanding what I'm about to tell you. So listen up, please. Honestly, I get asked all the time, like, Mike, what's the market going to do? And I always give you my analysis. I always give you my game plan. I always tell you what I think is going to happen. But honestly, truthfully speaking, it doesn't make a difference. I really don't care. Honestly, it doesn't make a difference what happens in the stock market tomorrow. Are we going to have another stock market crash? Is the stock market going to rally? It does not matter. Not in the least. It does not matter because I traded through multiple different market environments. I'm educated, I'm experienced, and my members are educated, and it does not matter to them. We understand the importance of being reactive instead of predictive. Don't try to guess what a piece of inflation data is going to be. You have no clue what that inflation data is going to be. You are flipping a coin. Don't try to guess what Jerome Powell is going to say. You have no clue what Jerome Powell is going to say. That doesn't make you a good trader. What makes you a good trader is understanding the circumstances that are moving the market and saying, if this happens, this will make the markets go down. If this happens, this will make the markets go up. And if you understand that dynamic, you can position yourself to take advantage of the price action. I don't care if we go up. I don't care if we go down. We will be making money just the same either way. You don't know how to make money when markets go down. We're going to teach you how to short stocks. We'll teach you how to buy put options. We'll teach you about inverse ETFs. All of these things are different ways where you can actually make money when markets and stocks go down, not just be a victim of your long-term portfolio and a prisoner of your long-term portfolio and only be able to make money when stocks go up. The importance of being reactive instead of predictive. We understand that even though it may require a little bit more work, we've got a plan for any move in this market because we can be ready for upside or downside. Either way, like I said, we're going to be making money from it. That's what we've been doing over the last 2 years when we've been in the most volatile market environment that I've ever seen in my 17 years of doing this. In fact, 2022 was one of the worst years in the stock market on record since 2008. This year has been all over the place, up and then down and then up and then down. Okay, it's been actually very hard to predict stock market movement from one day to the next, especially what's been going on with this banking crisis, because one day the markets crash because of something with the banking system. Then the next day, the Federal Reserve comes out with a piece of news, or the Swiss central bank comes out with a piece of news, and that causes the markets to rally the very next day. And then the very next day, a bank gets downgraded. They think it's going to go out of business. The markets go back down. It's been very difficult because there's been so many different fundamental news catalysts that have been coming out that are making the markets go up and down and up and down. So it's actually been a little bit of a more difficult time period in 2023 to actually predict that movement. But somehow, even in the wake of that volatility, the vast majority of True Trading Group members are making money and they're becoming better traders. And trust me, it's not because I'm a psychic. It's not because I fast forward into the future, then I come back and I tell everybody what happened, and we all position ourselves ahead of time. Okay? It's because they're getting educated. They're actually learning the professional way to participate in the markets, the same way that I learned that I worked at a hedge fund in New York. I went to a 3-month educational training program when I first got hired at my very first job at a college, which was a fund in New York. I was taught by professional traders on Wall Street for 3 months before they let me touch $1 of their money. That's the level of education that teaching members are getting access to. That's why they're able to become successful. That's why they're able to make money by reacting in any market environment. If you don't believe me, I'll just show you. Don't take my word for it, honestly. Members of True Trading Group that are on this live stream with me here tonight. Very simple question. Are you making money and are you becoming better traders because of True Trading Group? If the answer is yes, I'd like you to type the $sign in chat right now. Just type the $sign if you're making money and you guys are becoming better traders. Now, for anyone that is on this live stream that is not, if you are not a member of True Trading Group, I want you to pay very close attention to all these dollar signs that are coming through chat. Pay attention to them. Try to count them. If you've been on one of these live streams before, you know that I do this and I ask this question on every live stream. These are not bots. We're here to prove a point that it doesn't matter what the stock market is doing, that we can make money. We are making money. We're getting better. We're becoming better. That's all that matters. This is no gimmick. There is no gimmick. There's no special secret pattern. There's no special secret indicator. There's no special secret algorithm. There's no get rich quick scheme. There's no crazy stock pick that I'm going to give you that's going to make you a millionaire overnight. None of that garbage exists. What does exist is access to the right tools that gives you the right information that helps you make better decisions, access to the right education, which is the way that professional traders on Wall Street are taught, and the right community that you can base your own schedule, that you can base around your own schedule, your own current financial position. This opportunity is not only for the very well off or the ones that have unlimited free time. This is for people that are starting with a little bit of money, that have a little bit of time, and that are willing to put in the effort. It'll also work for people that do have a lot of money and a lot of time and everything in between. But that lie about if you don't have X amount of money in your account, if you don't have X amount of free time, then you're not going to be able to do this. That lie is completely dead. It's dead. And members of True Trading Group are partly the reason for that. Now, what we're going to do here during this live stream is actually very simple. I'm not going to predict anything. I'm going to give you a bunch of examples, if this, then that type of scenarios. If the Fed does this, this is what we're going to do. If the Fed does that, then this is what we're going to do. And we're going to react to that scenario. We're going to go over the scenarios for the market tomorrow based on the macroeconomic events such as the banking crisis and what news happened over the weekend. If you caught my live stream on Friday afternoon, I told you, you will 100% see significant news around the banking industry this weekend. So I told you to get ready for Sunday evening, that we were going to cover what that news is. There are two major pieces of news that broke over the weekend regarding the banking crisis. So we're going to discuss that. I'm going to tell you what I think the market's going to do. You have the futures market is ripping to the upside right now, up almost 0.75%. So up about 0.7%. Okay, we were just up about 0.75. Now we're up about 0.7%. So you have a nice little move to the upside here. Is this upside move that you're seeing right now in the markets, is this upside move, okay, is this upside move able to hold? Is this something that we are going to be able to trade off of tomorrow? Are we looking for more upside tomorrow? I'll answer that question for you guys tonight on this live stream. Okay. So do we have a potential of a stock market crash? What are the futures doing? What's the Fed going to do? 25, 50? Are they going to pause? What's it all mean? We need to understand these events, not predict them. We need to understand what happens in a best case scenario, a worst case scenario, and then what happens if things come in line with what's actually expected. So as long as we stay prepared, as long as we analyze different outcomes and have a plan for any outcome, nothing can take us by surprise. We'll never sit there and be a deer caught in headlights. Mix that with your trader identity and proper risk management, and you become damn near almost unstoppable. So tonight's live is going down as follows. We're going to go over exactly what happened with Credit Suisse and UBS. Okay, that's a major piece of news. UBS agreeing to buy Credit Suisse. So I'm going to give you a breakdown on the entire deal, what that could potentially mean for the markets tomorrow, and how we can use that volatility to our advantage. Number two, I will go into with you the overall markets. I want to take a deep dive into what I expect this week, and that includes variables such as the Fed meeting on Wednesday. That's right. We have a Fed meeting this Wednesday. So not only are we smack dab in the middle of what is an international banking crisis, we have the Fed meeting and the potential for more rate hikes this week, in addition to multiple economic catalysts and pieces of data that are going to be coming out as well. This volatility that will present itself in the markets this week will be unlike anything that you've ever seen before. You thought last week was crazy. This week is going to be even nuts, even more nuts. You're going to have a real chance to make some incredible amounts of money this week, as long as you are educated, as long as you're willing to actually invest in yourself. Honestly, guys, we've had so many triple-digit gains so far in 2023 that even if I wanted to, I could not tell you all of them by memory. You know, right now, luckily for our members, we have a trading history section on our website, which pulls all of the trading executions from all of our moderators, from all of our brokerage accounts. It pulls it right into a trading history section on our website. So everybody can go back and you can look and you guys can see all the trades that all the moderators have made throughout the last couple of years. But I don't have all that information in front of me right now. I just know that it has been so many that I honestly can't remember all of them. It's not just one style of trading either. Members of True Trading Group, you can just sound off in chat if you've hit a triple-digit gain with us so far in the last 30 days or in the last 60 days. If you guys have hit multiple triple-digit gains, just sound off in chat. Maybe give me an AO or type the number 1 in chat, whatever. But if you're a teaching member, if you've hit triple-digit gains with us over the last 2 months, just sound off. It's so many different styles of trading. It's options, it's equities, it's day trading, it's swing trading. The opportunity and the volatility that's been and will continue, especially this week, to present itself in this market is second to none. Guys, I've been doing this for 17 years. I've never seen a more volatile market than this. Anyone that tries to tell you anything otherwise is an absolute moron. I'm sorry. It's the most opportunistic market I've ever seen in my entire career. And I will be taking full advantage of this and help my members take full advantage of it this week, just as we did the week before, just as we did the year before and the year before that, and so on and so forth. You see, at TTG, there's a reason that we have a 78% retention rate on our members. There's a reason why our refund rate is only 2.83%. It's because our members are part of a community that generally gives a damn whether or not they succeed or fail. At TTG, your success matters. We've built and based our entire business around if you succeed as a member, then we will succeed as a company. It's as simple as that. So without any further ado, I want to dive right into the Credit Suisse situation. But however, I do need to first welcome Sammy. I do need to welcome Sammy. Sammy, welcome to the family. We got to welcome Sammy. He's the newest member of the group. Sammy actually just joined. Sammy's the newest member of the TTG family. Sammy decided to invest in himself. Sammy decided that he's done playing the game on his own. Games are more fun when you play together. Trading is a lonely sport. It's way more fun when you're part of a group, especially one that offers a platform like ours. Let me actually tell you about it for 2 minutes. Guys, listen up. I'll tell you real quick about the platform, and then we'll dive into the Credit Suisse and UBS banking situation. True Trading Group, our platform, we're like the Netflix of trading communities because you pay one price. You get access to all of our courses and all of our tools for the entire year for one price up front. Absolutely no upsells for new courses and no upsells for new tools during the duration of your membership. See, we don't give you 50% of the solution and then charge you for the other 50%. Everything that you need to become or have the best chance at becoming a consistently profitable trader is offered to you for one price upfront for the entire year. When you do sign up for True Trading Group, you get immediate access to 22 university level courses covering everything from equities to options and all styles of trading, including swing trading, day trading, even long-term investing. We even cover how to trade crypto and futures as well. Joe, if you don't mind, why don't you actually post the syllabus up in chat? Our 22 course curriculum. If you guys are interested, you can click on the link. It'll show you everything you get access to. It's all of our courses. This is a simplified and expanded upon version of the 3-month educational training program that I went through when I worked at the fund in New York. So whether you're a seasoned pro or you're a brand new beginner trader just getting started, courses have the potential to help you guys become consistently profitable. Our courses are broken up into beginner courses and advanced courses, depending on where you are in your own journey. So when you decide to get into trading and investing or decide to take it seriously or whatever the case may be, when you get involved, you quickly find out you're going to need some tools. You see, you're starting your own business when you guys become traders. By doing this, you're becoming the ultimate entrepreneur. Anyone that starts their own business knows that you need the right tools in order to get the job done. At TTG, we knew this. We knew that, building this entire platform, basing it just around courses was not enough. See, if you truly wanted to level the playing field for the retail trader, make no mistake, that is why we exist, to level the playing field for the retail trader. But if you really want to level the playing field, you got to give them access to the same type of tools that successful traders have. That's what successful traders use to make better decisions. They have access to more information. They're not going on Twitter and Reddit, and that's how they make their decisions. We spent years building relationships with some of today's top financial technology companies so we can offer their services and products on our platform at no additional cost to members. When you guys join True Trading Group, you're going to get up to $5,000 worth of premium financial tools. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed. You get congressional trading data, so you can track the trades being made by members of Congress. You get TradingView's premium charting software. okay, with every indicator and community scripts. You get ETNA's simulator that lets you practice trading stocks, options, futures, and crypto with fake money. So you guys can practice implementing what you're learning in the courses so you can trade without risking any of your hard-earned money. You get the Trade Ideas scanner, which is the industry standard scanner to make sure you're focused on the hottest stocks during the day. You get a social sentiment scanner to tell you what stocks are talked about most on social media, a trading journal, dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, analyst ratings. All of this is included when you join True Trading Group's annual membership. Now, as if the tools in our courses weren't enough, you also get access to obviously our chat room where you can watch myself and our other pro trading mods. We share our screens with you. We alert you to all of our trades in real time and execute our trades in real time with you. That's right. I said alert because at True Trading Group, you will also be receiving all of our trade alerts where we're entering, where we're exiting, what our game plan is, where our stop loss is, where we're taking profits. You know exactly the whole thing. During and after, we are 100% transparent with all of our wins, all of our losses, everything in between. I also want to mention that when it does come to our trade alerts, we are not 100% right all of the time, right? Of course, there are going to be losing trades, but we are damn proud to say that the moderators and I, 9 other mods plus myself, collectively as a group, cumulatively have been able to maintain a win rate of just around 80% now going on the last 3 years. For those of you that work full-time jobs, you can't sit in front of a computer screen all day. I get it. That's why True Trading Group offers a mobile app. This app will allow you to receive all of our trade analysis and all of our alerts via push notification on the go, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. If you have your mobile device on you, if it's iOS or if it's Android, you guys can stay connected to what's happening. We are not micro scalpers. We're not in and out within seconds or minutes. Our day trades last several hours and our swing trades last several days to several weeks. Normally, the cost of our membership is $2,212 for the year. But as you can see from everything that we just mentioned to you, it's well worth that and actually a lot more. We've been slowly walking the price of our membership back up to the $22.12 price mark. But tonight, before midnight, will be the last day that you can save 53% and get the entire full annual membership that you're trading for just $1,027. That's it. Everything I just mentioned to you for the whole year for $1,027. No upsells for the courses or tools. So tonight, the price is going to be at midnight tonight. The price goes up to over $1,100. And it will continue to move up every day as we walk back to that $22.12 price point. But for the next 19 people that sign up for a membership before tonight, will receive a brand new laptop as part of their membership. It's going to either be an Asus, HP, Acer, Dell, or Lenovo laptop. We cover the shipping. As long as you guys live on planet Earth, we'll get you that laptop. We have members in over 100 different countries. Okay, we'll ship it to you for free. There's no address needed at checkout. Just sign up for the membership, claim your laptop. You'll receive a welcome email with instructions how to claim it right after you sign up. So be on the lookout for the welcome email. At TTG, when you guys decide to sign up, you're not just signing up. We're going into business together. You're going to put up $1,027, and I'm going to put up $1,027. See, because at True Trading Group, we give you a double your money back guarantee. It's very simple. Complete all of our courses, pass all of our quizzes, attend one study group. We hold them once a week. I'm telling you, attend one of them. And if you do not make back the cost of your membership, which is $1,027 tonight, if you do not make that back at least once during your membership, then at the end of your membership, I will give you back not just the $1,027. I'll give you back double. I will give you back $2,054 for wasting your time. That's how confident I am in the platform that we have created. I can offer you that because I don't think you need it. We've only had to give a refund to 2.83% of our users. If our refund rate was 10 or 15%, I wouldn't offer you double your money back. 78% of our members renew their membership. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,000 reviews. Go read them. There's no better referrer than one of your peers. So for those of you that think it's a lie, that this is garbage or BS, you're totally wrong. Our refund rate is 2.83% since 2016. Our company is built upon your success. And because it is built around your success, we are able to offer this type of double your money back guarantee. So go to ttgoffer.com. The price is going to say $22.12. You got to manually enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop to $1,027. Enter information, check out. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that's how you know that you're getting one. Remember, this is only for the next 19 people or until midnight tonight, whichever comes first. We ship anywhere in the world, for free. You don't need to enter your address to get the laptop. You'll get a welcome email explaining how to claim your laptop. So be on the lookout for the welcome email. If you are currently a trial member, you used to be a trial member, or you used to be an annual member and you're looking to come back home and claim this offer, you must send us a text message to 786-505-4049. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. We got to whitelist your email so that you are able to use the TTG121 coupon code. So if you're previously a trial, previously a member, or currently a trial, if you do not send us a text message to the number at the bottom of your screen, we do not whitelist your email. You will not be able to sign up for this deal. You must text us. Also, anybody else that has a question, we're an open book at True Trading Group. You have questions about me, questions about our mods, about our trading, about our tools, about anything, about our courses, text that number with any questions you have. You'll be talking to a real person. We'll be happy to answer any concerns that you have. Everybody else, go to ttgoffer.com. Use the code TTG121 right now. I assure you these will not last. The secret is out. People are making money. They're becoming better traders at True Trading Group at a fraction of the cost of what it would cost in other groups with 100 times the value. You need more proof? Check out our Trustpilot page. Like I said, with over 2,000 reviews, 5-star rated. Before I move on, I do have to welcome Vikram. Vikram's the newest member to True Trading Group. Welcome, Vikram. So now we're down to 18 spots left. So up until tonight, or 18 spots, whatever comes first. Okay. It's a no-brainer. You know, I'll give Vikram, Sammy, and the next 18 people sign up before midnight tonight. I'm also going to give you guys a free one-on-one mentor session with either myself or any one of the other mods to help you guys get started on the right foot. So again, go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121. Again, if you're a previous member, previous trial, or current trial, you guys must send a text message to that's 786-505-4049. All right. Otherwise, you guys go to ttgoffer.com, use the code TTG121. All right. All right, guys. So let's go ahead. Let's actually start talking about this Credit Suisse situation. Right. Let's start talking about Credit Suisse. Right now, I have to do a quick check-in on the futures market. Okay. As I check in here on the futures market, we're up about 0.67 on the S&P futures. So we are starting to give back a little bit of this gap up. We are starting to give back a little bit. We're up about 0.75 when we started the live stream. Now we're up about 0.67. So let me go over what happened with UBS and Credit Suisse. So basically what's happening is UBS is buying Credit Suisse for just over $3 billion. They're going to actually be assuming an over $5 billion loss on the acquisition right up front. And every Credit Suisse shareholder, so if you own shares of Credit Suisse, you will receive 1 share of UBS for every 22.5 shares of Credit Suisse that you own. So if you own 22, technically you can't own a half share. So if you own 23 shares, you're getting 23 shares of Credit Suisse, you're getting 1 share of UBS. Actually, now you can do fractional shares. Okay, so it's 22.48 is the actual number. So for every 22.48 shares of Credit Suisse, you get 1 share of UBS. Okay, it's 3 billion Swiss francs, which equates to like $3.24 billion US. Okay. Now, the biggest losers of this entire deal are actually bondholders of Credit Suisse, because the Swiss regulators are actually having Credit Suisse bonds being valued at 0. There are $17 billion worth of bonds that are outstanding. They are going to be worth 0. So people that own bonds in Credit Suisse, they're going to lose $17 billion. Needless to say, they are not happy. We got to welcome Elise. Elise, welcome to the family. That means we're down to just 17 of these spots left. Everybody welcome Elise. Guys, remember, go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop to $1027. You get all of our courses. It's a simplified version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. You get access to all of the tools, $5,000 to $6,000 worth of tools from some of the top names in the industry. A free laptop. We ship all over the world. We have members in 100 different countries. You live on planet Earth, we'll get you a laptop. We cover the shipping. So just be on the lookout for the welcome email. You'll get a welcome email after you guys join with instructions how to claim that free laptop. Just go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121. Guys, you have a double your money back guarantee, and you can keep the free laptop. Remember, if you can't make the $1,027 membership fee back at least once during your membership, then at the end of your membership, I'll give you back $2,054. Keep the laptop. That's a deal that I make when you join True Trading Group. I know I come on these lives, I talk a big game, but I back it up with our own money. I wouldn't be able to offer that if our refund rate was 10 or 15%. Okay, True Trading Group would go out of business, and I have to explain to the 30 employees that we have why I can't pay their salaries anymore. But we've only had to refund 2.83% of our users. That's why I can offer you double your money back. All right. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate. Text us 786-505-4049. Numbers right down there at the bottom of your screen. So that's what's going on between UBS and Credit Suisse. So UBS is buying Credit Suisse. Now, UBS actually thinks, okay, the CEO or the chair of UBS said that they're going to be winding down Credit Suisse's investment bank. That means thousands of employees all over the world are going to be losing their job if UBS does not find a position for them within UBS. Most likely, they're going to be reducing all of that headcount. They're expected to save $7 billion by 2027. So you also have the Swiss Central Bank said today, that they're going to be including 100 billion Swiss francs, which is about $108 billion US, in liquidity assistance for UBS and Credit Suisse to bridge this deal. That is a shit ton of money. Pardon my French. No pun intended. That is a lot of money. So you already had Credit Suisse be able to tap into $54 billion in funding from the Swiss Central Bank, so that they could try to, withstand all the pressures coming through Credit Suisse. The problem with Credit Suisse is very, very, very different from Silicon Valley, First Republic, Signature. The problems you see in the US banks and Credit Suisse are two completely different issues. They are not the same. Okay? Credit Suisse has been a failing bank for the last decade. It's been scandal after scandal, violation after violation, poor risk management after poor risk management. They are the redheaded stepchild of the international banking community. Ever since 2009, this company has been on the downturn. They have been fined for multiple tax violations. They have been fined for banking violations in the, a $450 million fine here, a $500 million fine there. Just unbelievable the amount of money that this company has been fined for continued violations. They also got caught up in the Archegos fund blow up. They had, just poor risk management and centralized funds in the Archegos fund blow up. When that fund blew up, they lost, I think, about $5.5 billion in the Archegos fund blow up. And then they also lost money in the green spill issue, which I think was like $2 to $3 billion. Don't quote me on the $2 to $3 billion. But I'm pretty sure it was over $2 billion, or right around another $2 billion they lost in that. I mean, this is just one thing after another, after another, after another. If you guys recall, back during September and October of last year, everybody thought Credit Suisse was going to go out of business in September and October. That's well before the banking crisis that spurred up. That's well before Silicon Valley Bank went under. So this has been an issue for quite a while. We got to welcome Chad. Chad's the newest member of the group. Everybody welcome Chad. Chad is now the newest member of the TGD family. That means we're down to 16 of these spots. So guys, remember, you're going to want to go to ttgoffer.com. You'll enter the coupon code TTG121. You'll click apply code. The price will drop to $1,027. You'll see the laptop. As long as you see a laptop in your checkout cart, that is how you know you're getting one. If you don't see a laptop, that means we've already sold out of the laptops, and the price is going to move up to $1,100. So if you guys want the 53% off, tonight's the last night for that. Tomorrow the price is over $1,100. Tonight it's $1,027. You get a free one-on-one mentor session, the free laptop. We cover shipping. We ship anywhere in the world. We have members in over 100 different countries. You live on planet Earth, we'll get you the laptop. If you have questions at all, or if you're previously a trial, previously a member, or currently a trial, you must text us to whitelist your email address, 786-505-4049, so that the TTG121 coupon code works for you. So just send a text that number at the bottom of your screen. Also, if anybody has questions at all about anything, you guys can send us a text message there. We'll answer any questions that you guys have. All right. So that's what it really comes down to, guys. You know, Credit Suisse is an issue of just lack of confidence in the bank as a whole, as a wealth management firm. You know, Credit Suisse is all about wealth management. They're not, you know, your typical consumer bank where you're going to walk in, open up a checking and savings account. Okay. Credit Suisse is really known for their wealth management. And what's happening now is people are looking around, they're looking at Credit Suisse and they're just realizing, why do I still have my money with this bank? They have made screw up after screw up after screw up after screw up. And in a world where management screw ups are causing the failures of some banks, investors are saying, I'm just going to take my money out of Credit Suisse. And the company is just seeing withdrawals from their clients, and even other large investment banks that have assets at Credit Suisse are pulling their funds from Credit Suisse. It's just, everyone is just saying, why are we sticking around with this dead dog? And that is what Credit Suisse has become. Kind of the laughingstock of the investment banking industry, but they are a darling of Switzerland. They're a national treasure. That bank's been around almost 170 years, if I'm not mistaken. I believe Credit Suisse has been around for like 167 years, something like that. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it's like it's well over 100 years. Okay. So, you know, I got it right here. 167-year-old Credit Suisse. I have it right in front of me there. I was right. 167. So this deal with UBS and Credit Suisse is hoping, or regulators are hoping, that they are going to be able to start to, you know, settle the nerves and settle the fears of the banking system as a whole. Okay. So, you know, Janet Yellen, Jerome Powell, they came out with statements today saying that they support this deal, UBS buying Credit Suisse. It supports financial stability within the banking system. They love it. You also had S&P Global. They lowered First Republic Bank's credit rating down to junk. First Republic has also cut their dividend. So First Republic, that's FRC, that is another bank that's been really coming under pressure lately, where all of the banks in the U.S. really came to the aid of First Republic. JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, Citigroup, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, PNC, they all pulled together $30 billion and they just dumped it inside First Republic to help them with their liquidity and to help stave off all the deposit withdrawals that First Republic is seeing. There's a run on the bank at First Republic, just like there was a run on Silicon Valley. The run on the bank is what causes the bank to fail. Okay, it's actually pretty ironic how these banks are failing, because people that have deposits at these banks get nervous that the banks are going to fail, so they take their money out of the bank. That action is what causes the bank to fail. If none of these depositors actually pulled their money out of the bank, none of these banks would be in trouble. Silicon Valley would still be here. If all the venture capital portfolio companies did not pull their billions of dollars out of Silicon Valley last Thursday and Friday, when Silicon Valley went out of business, Silicon Valley would still be opening today or tomorrow morning, Silicon Valley's banks, their doors would open and you'd be able to walk in there and just do business like nothing had ever happened. So the fear of the bank failing is what actually causes the bank to fail. The banks are not failing on their own. It's the depositors, it's the irrational fear of pulling money out of the bank that is causing these banks to fail. So I don't know at what point the news is going to stabilize this banking crisis. From what we are seeing, from what we are seeing over the weekend, that the bank withdrawals have the deposit withdrawals have really slowed and have actually gone back to normal. And some of them have actually even reversed, where money is actually being deposited back in instead of being pulled back out. We got to welcome Brian. Brian, welcome. Brian, welcome. Brian is the newest member of the TTG family. Everybody welcome Brian. So guys, remember, go to ttgoffer.com, enter the coupon code TTG121, click apply code. The price drops down to $10.27. You get a free laptop. You get a one-on-one mentor session and a double your money back guarantee. If you can't make the $1,027 back at least once during your year membership, then at the end of your membership, I'll give you back $2,054. That's the deal. We put our money where our mouth is. I know we talk a big game, but we back it up with our own money. And if anybody has any questions, you just text us 786-505-4049. All right. So, that's kind of some of what we've been seeing over the last couple of days. Okay. So, I'm trying to find, I had some actual statistics here that I can't find right now as with you guys, but we are reporting from different banking regulators that the withdrawal deposits have slowed. So what the Federal Reserve and other central banks around the world are doing seems to be working in staging off the fear that depositors have at some of these banks. And if it can just stop the deposit withdrawals out of the regional banks, because what's happening is people are going to smaller banks like First Republic, Silicon Valley. They're taking their money out and they're moving it to like JP Morgan, Bank of America, the bigger banks, because the bigger banks are in a much better position. They look at them as they're more safe, they're more stable. Those banks are certainly not in danger of going under. It's the smaller regional banks that are really kind of strapped for capital and strapped for liquidity. So if they can stop the withdrawal deposits, then the banking crisis could be plugged and the contagion risk of spreading to a much larger, broader-based issue can be stopped. I'm not saying that this banking crisis is a nothing burger. I'm not saying you should just brush it under the rug. It is serious, but it's not systemic yet. It doesn't mean it can't become systemic. It doesn't mean contagion cannot spread. It can. But where we stand right now, it is not at that point yet. 2008 was completely systemic. No bank was safe. Every bank was in deep, you-know-what. And 2008 was a collateral issue. It was the mortgage-backed securities. When the mortgage industry blew up, you had banks that were leveraged to the gills to try to take advantage of the housing boom. You had all these mortgage-backed securities, these mortgage portfolios that when all of a sudden you have a mortgage for $600K, but now the house is only worth $400K, that mortgage portfolio blows up, and the mortgage-backed securities, meaning you have other securities that are backed by these different mortgages, they blow up with it because where's the collateral that backs that security? The collateral blew up. So if the collateral blows up, now you have all these securities that are not collateralized, and all that leverage goes poof. And that was every bank. That was the big banks. That was the medium banks. That was the small banks. Actually, in 2008, the smaller banks were actually better off than the bigger banks. Okay, but all the banks were in trouble in 2008. That is not the case right now. It's these smaller banks that have these liquidity issues. So if we can stop the deposit withdrawals, that can stage off and that can plug the crisis before it gets any worse. It could get worse, but I think what the Fed is doing and what other central banks around the world are doing, I do believe it will be enough to prevent it from getting substantially worse. I think maybe there's one more domino to fall. You might have like, one more regional bank, maybe, have issues, or maybe a bigger bank comes in and buys a smaller bank, kind of like UBS just stepped in and bought Credit Suisse. You might have maybe a US bank buys one of these smaller regional banks. Maybe something like that still happens. I don't think we're completely out of the woods yet, but I think what the Fed is doing is working. One of the things the Fed did last week was they announced a lending facility on bond positions. What does this mean? And I'm explaining this all to you, and I hope you're taking notes because it is very important that you understand what is taking place and what the banking crisis is. There's a lot of misinformation being spread around social media, people comparing this to 2008. Guys, I worked on Wall Street during 2008. This is not in big, bold, italicized, underlined, exclamation point letters, not 2008. There's very big differences between what's happening now and what happened in 2008. They are not the same. I cannot stress that enough, but there's a lot of misinformation being spread around online that says that they are the same, and they are absolutely not. So I'll get that right out of the way. What the Fed did last week was the Fed came out and said, we will let banks borrow from the Fed against their treasury holdings. Why is that important? That is what started the domino fall on Silicon Valley Bank. Silicon Valley Bank was a bank that really startups went to Silicon Valley Bank. It was venture capital funds. It was the lifeline of tech startups and biotech startups, and all that free money and all that venture capital money that just exploded during 2000 and 2021. It all found a home in Silicon Valley Bank. Now, those companies burned through cash like crazy. A lot of it was uninsured deposits and money that was consistently being drawn upon and being pulled out of the bank. And when you get into an economic slowdown and these tech startups, it's a little bit harder for them to raise capital. They start pulling down on that capital. Silicon Valley Bank started to say, well, crap, we're losing deposits and we're not getting new deposits as quickly as we're losing deposits as these companies are drawing down on their capital. We have these treasury holding positions where they had billions and billions of dollars in long duration treasuries that were down on paper. Now, being down on paper is not a problem when you're talking about treasuries as a bank, because if you hold the treasury to its maturity, you get all of the money back plus the interest that you've gotten from holding on to the bond. So it doesn't matter whether you're up or down on paper on the price of the bond itself, because if you hold to maturity, you get all the money back plus the interest, right? So what ended up happening is, obviously this past year, yields, the 2-year, the 10-year, the 30-year, all those interest rates have skyrocketed. Now, when interest rates and yields go up, that means the price of the bond goes down. Inverse relationship, direct inverse correlation between the price of a bond and the yield the bond pays. So as the price of the bond goes up, the yield goes down. As the price of the bond goes down, the yield goes up. Okay? So directly inverse. So as interest rates have exploded, right, the 2-year going from basically almost zero up to 5%, what you had happen was the price of bonds dropped significantly. So on paper, these banks are down a lot of money, but they don't intend on selling those positions. They just let them mature and then they get the money back. The problem is, though, Silicon Valley started to run out of that capital because they had all these deposit withdrawals and they were not getting as much deposits in because money was harder to come by. The venture capital market started to slow down and they had very poor risk management. They had no leverage. They had no hedges on their bond positions. So they were forced to sell those bonds at a $2 billion loss, and in order to raise the capital needed. And as soon as that word got out in the venture capital community, all the venture capital firms told their portfolio of companies, get your money out of this bank. So within one day, on Friday, not this past Friday, the Friday before, $45 billion with a B dollar withdrawal request at Silicon Valley Bank. That type of withdrawal request in one day would put any company, any bank out of business. Not just Silicon Valley, not just in the environment we find ourselves in now, in any environment. Economy booming, economy crashing, you get $45 billion in withdrawal requests in one day, any bank is going out of business because they don't have that money. They lend the money out. It's called fractional banking. Banks hold only about 12% of their assets. So when you get a run on the bank like that, that's where the problem lies. So what the Fed did last week, they allowed banks to borrow from the Fed and use their treasury positions, their bond positions, as collateral. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now these banks do not need to sell these positions and realize the massive loss, just poke a hole right into their balance sheet. They didn't have to do that. They can go to the Federal Reserve. They can say, hey, I've got a $20 billion bond position. I'll pledge it as collateral. Give me the $20 billion so that you can use it as, and have the free capital that we need in order to remain liquid to be able to meet any withdrawal requests that the banks were seeing during a bank run and not have to actually realize that loss and sell the position. It's a brilliant move, and I commend the Fed for doing it. The other thing that the Fed did was the Fed got involved. Okay, the Fed got involved with other central banks around the world to shore up access to US dollars. Now, this topic is a little bit more complex, a little bit more advanced. I'll try to summarize it best I can so you guys can understand the gist of it. The Federal Reserve, the Bank of Canada, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank, and the Swiss National Bank all collectively together came together as a group and announced that they would more frequently offer swap operations. What does that mean? Swap operations help foreign banks get access to US dollar financing. That's what it does. Swap operations, I will say it again. Swap operations let foreign banks get week-long access to US dollar financing. Now, typically, these swap operations are offered weekly. They are now going to be offered daily. So that is the change that is being made right now. Okay, they're being offered daily instead of weekly. The point of this is to try to prevent any of these other conditions in the markets where investors are jittery, okay, as they're reacting to the Silicon Valley blow up, Signature Bank, the takeover of Credit Suisse and UBS, because this is still making people pretty nervous. As I'm talking, the futures market continues to pull back. We're now up only 0.58. We were up 0.75. We were up 0.75 when I started this live stream. Now we are up 0.58. Okay. So this move is to try to help prevent things from getting worse. How could this prevent things from getting worse? The turmoil will really can spread if investors struggle to move money around. We got to welcome Tim. Tim's the newest member of the group. We got to welcome Tim. 14 spots left, guys. We're now down to just 14 spots. Guys, I would hurry up. I'd go to ttgoffer.com. I do not think these are going to last. I had 20 of these before I started this live stream. We're now down to 14. Tim's the newest member of the group. Go to ttgoffer.com. Enter the code TTG121. You get access to all of our courses. Simplified version, what I learned working at the fund in New York. You get access to all of our tools, $5,000 to $6,000 worth of tools and resources that give you more information to help you make better decisions. A free laptop, a one-on-one mentor session, and a double your money back guarantee. If you can make the $1,027 back at least once during your membership, I'll give you back $2,054. That's the deal. You just have to go through the courses, pass the quizzes, and attend one study group. Do that. Don't make the $1,027 back. I'll give you $2,054. That's a deal when you join True Trading Group. And I can offer that to you because, like I said, we have only had to give a refund to roughly 2.83% of our members dating all the way back to 2016. That's our refund rate. And 78% of our members are renewing their membership. If you guys have any questions at all, we're a full open book. Text us 786-505-4049. Okay? So That's what the Federal Reserve and other central banks did this weekend. Because what happens is, during moments of stress in the banking system, U.S. dollar funding is harder to come by. There's shortages of U.S. dollars because during moments of stress, people flock to the U.S. dollar as a place of safety. So finding access to U.S. dollar financing becomes a little bit more challenging. There's a shortage of U.S. dollar financing when there's moments of stress. And, if people are not able to move money around between international banks because they can't access U.S. dollars, that could cause more panic in other parts of the world, which would therefore put more stress on other banks, which then therefore puts more stress on the entire banking system as a whole. So the Federal Reserve doing this, like I said, I know this is a little bit more of an advanced type of concept, but it's important that you understand what's going on. So the swap lines, instead of it being weekly, it being daily, that hopes to help prevent those pressures from really building. Okay? So there you guys go. So that's what's going on with the banking system. That's the news from this weekend. I applaud all of the action from the Swiss National Bank when it comes to Credit Suisse and brokering the deal between UBS buying Credit Suisse. I applaud the major big U.S. banks for coming to the rescue for First Republic and giving First Republic $30 billion in deposits. I applaud the Federal Reserve for getting together with all the other central banks around the world to change the swap lines from weekly to daily for U.S. financing. And I applaud the Federal Reserve for creating a lending program that allows banks to borrow on their treasury positions. All of these actions being taken in a coordinated effort amongst a financial system, which is something I have never seen before. I've never seen the financial sector operate as one from all around the world like you are seeing here today. That is very, very different from what happened in 2008. I applaud all of it. And I do believe that all of these actions will be enough to plug this fear. But I do not think we are out of the woods just yet. I do think that these actions will be able to stage off any more of these like bank runs before we get a systemic issue. But you may see like a First Republic, you may see First Republic go. You might see like the $30 billion that they got from these other banks, that might not be enough to keep them liquid enough. We'll have to see how much money that they can pull down from the Federal Reserve. But the $30 billion may not be enough. There might need to be additional deposits made from First Republic, or you might see a bigger bank and maybe potentially buy First Republic. We'll have to see, how that goes. But I applaud what I'm seeing, and I think it will be enough to prevent any type of contagion spread in the banking industry, which is something that happened in 2008. I do not believe this is 2008. It's very different. The cause is very different. The capitalization of the banks is very different. The stability of the banks are very different. The regulations that were put in place after 2008 made sure of that. These banks are in a far better position today than they were in 2008 to deal with the stress of 2008. Guys, these futures are really pulling back now. Now we're down less than 0.5%. When we started this live stream, we were up 0.75 on the S&P futures. We're now up only 0.48. So we are starting to give this back. Let's go on over to the charts. And let's talk about the SPY and what I think we may see happen here this week. I believe as long as we are beneath, and I'll draw this out for you, as long as we are beneath this level, okay, I'm going to make this nice, big, bold level. As long as we are beneath this level, I am bearish on this market, okay? The only way that I would become bullish on this market is if we are actually able to break back above the 200 and 100-day moving average and stabilize above it and hold above it for at least a day or two. The last time we tried to break above that level was on Thursday. We had that big, massive rally day on Thursday. I came out, I told you guys on Thursday that I'm not really sold on that move to the upside. I think that you could still see a pullback off of that I would not get too excited. Somebody had asked me actually Thursday night, I did a live stream as I always do. And somebody had said to me, they're like, Mike, is the bear market over now because we have this big rally day on Thursday? And I was like, absolutely not. I said, I think that, these big moves, these big outside moves, you get to the upside. I believe these big outside moves are just bear market rallies and shorting opportunities. As we're really selling off now. Now we're only up 0.4%. Futures are trading lower as we are sitting here today with you guys right now live. We're now up only 0.4% as we are in danger of giving back this gap up. So the market celebrated the UBS and Credit Suisse deal. They celebrated the swap operations and the swap line that the Fed and the central banks were able to do this weekend. But you still have that overall worry. You still have that uncertainty. You still have that fear. It's not finished yet, right? It's not done yet. So, I don't think that we're out of the woods yet. I'm remaining bearish on this market until we get to Jerome Powell and the Fed. And that's what we really want to talk about. The target that I'm aiming for on the SPY, the target that I have that I really want to see us get to is the high 370s. And that's where I think that we're going to be headed to. And I want to get back to this support back here from December. So you see we had this massive support level in December and January. So you guys can see we held this level for about 3 weeks. Massive consolidation there at that level. That's the area that I would like to see us get to. Not in one day like this. I'm not drawing this candle just to make it one, as if it's one day. It'll take a couple days to get there. But that is where I think that the markets are going to. Okay, I think that we are going to roll this back down. I think that after this banking crisis, I think after this banking crisis, I think that you have, I think the chances of recession have increased, and I believe that you're going to start to see a little bit more downside in this market. I think the volatility that you're going to see here this week is going to be through the roof. You have the Fed meeting coming out on Wednesday. There's never been a better time for you guys to be in chat with us. If you're either in front of your computer, or if you're on the mobile app, we're going to be going through this with you guys every single step of the way. These banking news headlines are coming every single day. You have to understand what is taking place in this banking crisis so you can act on it appropriately. We got to welcome Valerie. Valerie's the newest member of the group. You guys, we're down to just 13 spots now. Everybody welcome Valerie. Guys, again, what do you have to lose? I will give you a double your money back guarantee, a free laptop, a one-on-one mentor session. You just have to go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code, and the price will drop down to that 1027. We have members in over 100 different countries. I don't care what country you live in. We will get you that free laptop. We will cover the shipping. It's on us. It's free. You don't need to enter your address when you sign up. You're going to get a welcome email after you join with instructions how to claim the laptop. So be on the lookout for the laptop, or excuse me, be on the lookout for the welcome email that will have the instructions how to claim that laptop. Okay. Then you got the one-on-one mentor session with one of our pro traders, including myself, to really make sure we get you started off on the right foot. And then you guys will also get the double your money back guarantee. So if you're currently a trial, used to be a trial, used to be a member, you must text us 786-505-4049. Phone number is right at the bottom of your screen. We are an open book. You have questions, you text us there as well. All right, guys. So we really are, we are pulling back now, down, up less than 0.4%. We just tapped up 0.39, 0.37 as we continue to give back this gap up. And again, that's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm looking for more downside, and until we get to the Fed. And when we talk about the Fed, like what we expect here this week, what I expect this week from the Fed. I think Jerome Powell is in a pretty tough situation. I think he's in a really tough situation because the European Central Bank did a 50 basis point rate hike last week. The markets rallied on the back of that because they were like, oh, well, the European Central Bank must not be too worried about the banking situation in Europe. So they raised 50 basis points. So the banking situation must not be that bad, right? Then you come out and all these issues and all this stuff happens over the weekend, and Credit Suisse gets bought for $3 billion. And you have people that are starting to just be worried again. You had S&P Global drop First Republic Bank's credit rating to junk, which means, there's a high risk of default there and a high risk of that company failing. So that's, making people a little uneasy again. that there might be another domino to fall. And nobody wants to be the one left holding the bag, like all of the bondholders or Credit Suisse were left holding a bag. They lost $17 billion in that deal. We got to welcome Yang. Yang, welcome to the family. 12 spots now remain. Guys, again, ttgoffer.com, TTG121 coupon code. If you have any questions, I want you to text us right now. We're an open book. If you have questions about myself, my trading, about the mods, their trading, the tools, the resources, the courses, anything, text us. 786-505-4049. Phone number is right there at the bottom of your screen. Yang, welcome to the family. 12 spots left. Guys, at midnight tonight, or once 12 people join, the price is moving to up to over $1,100. Okay. Tonight is your last night to get a 53% discount and get it at $10.27 with that free laptop. After tonight, we'll be giving away Amazon Kindles. So tonight, you guys got a free laptop, but there's only 12 of them left. I'd open up a new web browser and hurry up and claim one before we run out. You'll know you're getting one of the laptops if you see one in your checkout cart. That's how you know. As long as you see one in the checkout cart, like you see on the screen up here, that's how you know you're getting one. All right. All right. So Jerome Powell and the Fed, I think, are in a bit of a pickle. I think Jerome Powell is going to want to do no basis point hike and pause and allow the stresses in the banking system to stabilize. But if he does no rate hike, that sends a message of concern regarding the banking crisis. I think, if Silicon Valley Bank never went under and none of this happened, you would 100% be getting a 25 basis point rate hike at the March 22nd meeting. No doubt about it. But now with this banking situation, does Jerome Powell think the banking system can handle another 25 basis point increase? Because another 25 basis point increase adds more stress to the banking system, and it will cause the price of bonds to drop even further. So can the banking system handle another 25 basis point rate hike? That's the question. And you're in a bit of a situation here where I actually think if Jerome Powell pauses and goes, no rate hike, you could have a situation where initially the markets rally on the back of that news. But then as people digest that news, the markets actually start to sell off. Because if the banking situation never happened and the Fed paused, that tells the market we've beat inflation. We feel good about where we are. Inflation's cooperating. We're going to pause and we're going to look around. That would increase the chances of a soft landing. The markets would rally on the back of a pause if the banking situation never happened. But it did happen. So now a pause, what does a pause say to the market? A pause no longer says to the market, we're pausing because we beat inflation. Inflation's doing everything that we want. A pause now tells the market we're actually very concerned about the stability of the banking system. So we're going to pause. We don't want to put any more stress on an already fragile banking system. That's the message that we'll send. That's why I think you may get, if it pauses, you may get an initial move to the upside and then a sell-off. A 25 basis point rate hike may be the exact opposite. A 25 basis point rate hike might see an initial move to the downside as people are weary that a 25 basis point hike might break the banking system, but then cause a rally later on once people realize that the banking system actually has stabilized. And if the Fed's not worried about it and inflation has come down this previous month, PPI data was ice cold. That PPI data report that you got last week was the best damn PPI report I have ever seen during this time of inflation over the last 2 years. Best report that we have seen. Massive under expectations in all aspects of that PPI report, except one. but all the rest of the PPI report was basically under expectations all across the board. Great report. Jobless claims under expectations. So the jobs market's still very strong. Inflation is coming down. 8th consecutive month where inflation has come down. So normally a 25 basis point rate hike would have been expected, but now if you get it, I think it might push the markets down because of the banking crisis, but then eventually rally once people realize, wait, the banking crisis didn't get worse. It's actually stabilized a bit. And the Fed gave us 25 basis points. That means they're still going after inflation. And this banking crisis is disinflationary. This is a disinflationary event. So if the Federal Reserve, listen to me very carefully, if the Federal Reserve can plug the contagion risk of the banking crisis where it does not become systemic and it actually stabilizes, this will end up being a net positive for the Federal Reserve in their fight against inflation. This action with the banking system will cause smaller banks and larger banks alike to tighten up their lending programs. Okay, it's going to be a little bit harder to get access to capital. People are going to borrow less money. Banks are going to lend less money. They're going to have tighter terms on financing and on lending. This will become a disinflationary event big time. Okay, when people are worried about the banking system, they stop discretionary spending. They don't borrow. They put their money in somewhere that they think it's safe. Okay, it actually is a disinflationary event. So as long as the Fed is able to stage off any further contagion spread, it could end up being a net positive down the road and really help inflation come down faster than people initially thought. But that comes at a big risk of contagion amongst the banking system. So I think the actions that I have seen from the Fed, from the major US banks, from the Swiss bank, from the other central banks around the world, I think that will be enough to prevent this from becoming bigger. Yeah, maybe one more domino, but I don't think it becomes this massive systemic, like multiple dominoes continue to fall. I don't think that's going to be the case. Right? But I still think markets trade back to the downside. We're giving back more of this gap up. Now we're only up 0.3. We were up 0.75 when we started this live stream. I told you guys I'm still leaning bearish. We're now only up 0.3. You got to get your butts in chat this week. This is now we're up 0.28. Now we're dropping under 0.3. Now we're 0.27. The futures are falling. Okay. I have a target, those high 370s. That is going to be my target here over the next couple of days. We'll see what happens with Jerome Powell with the Fed meeting. Now we're only up 0.25. We're in danger of going red on the futures, guys. Big candle flush out on the futures. Big candle flush out on the futures. Okay. So now we're really starting to roll this over. Really starting to roll this over on futures. So again, I am looking at, we're still green. We are still green, up 0.25. We're still green, but we were up 0.75 when I started this live stream a little over an hour ago, and in little over an hour, now we're only up 0.25. So markets are pulling back. We'll see what happens overnight while we go to sleep. We'll see what happens in the European markets and the Asian markets and the rest of the world. If, this Credit Suisse situation, does it ease the fears of the European banks? Because if it eases the fears of the European banks, it would ease the fears here in the United States. But I think there's still jittery investors. And I think that you still could see a little bit more downside, and we're going to play that. So you guys want to make sure you get your butts in chat. But again, I don't necessarily care which way the markets go. I'm going to react to all of these news releases. I'm sure there's going to be another piece of news between now and tomorrow about this banking situation that could change my thought process. It could change my sentiment. It could change market sentiment. That's how quickly market sentiment is changing. One press release to the next about an update regarding either European banks or US banks, about the Fed, about European central bank or other central banks around the world. One piece of news changes market sentiment from day to day. So you've got to be reactive. You got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to understand the bigger picture, understand what all these news releases, all these catalysts, what they mean, and how it's going to impact the markets. All right. So get your butts in chat. Make sure you guys don't miss out on all the action, because it's going to be a wild and crazy week. And in the mix of all this banking crisis, you got the Fed meeting on Wednesday. You got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. I cannot wait to hear what Jerome Powell has to say. Because he's going to talk about the banking crisis. He can't not talk about it. He's going to talk about it. He's going to address it in his speech and his statement. And then reporters are going to ask him about it. It's going to be one of the craziest trading days, I think, maybe possibly top 5 of my life. And don't forget, I was on Wall Street during 2008. Okay, so for me to say that, I know it's a bold statement, but for me to say that, it gives you an idea of the volatility and therefore the opportunity that I think is going to be out there this week. You will get run over. You will be steamrolled. Okay, you will be steamrolled if you are not paying attention, if you are not educated to understand what happens when all these different news releases come out. This is going to be the week that you can either lose a lot of money or you can make a lot of money. You decide which side of that you want to be on. Because when somebody makes money in the stock market, money's not created. It's just moved. There's somebody on the other side of the trade that you're making. So if you make $1,000, that means somebody else lost it. Remember that. You're buying shares, someone else is selling them. You're selling them, someone else is buying them. Who's right? Stop guessing. Give yourself access to tools that let you have more information, access to more data that can help you make better decisions. How many people are on this live stream right now that are not members of True Trading Group? Do me a favor, type the letters TTG real quick if you guys are not members of True Trading Group. Again, just type TTG if you guys, if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Type TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Okay, type TTG if you're not a member of True Trading Group. Yes, Tanner time. I'm well aware the Fed creates money. That is not what I'm talking about. That's not the same thing. The Fed creating money and printing money is not what I'm referring to about when you're buying and when you're trading a stock. There's somebody else on the other side of that trade. That's not what I meant when I said the money is not created, it's just moved. We're talking about two completely different things. They're not related. All right, we got Charles, we got Specialist, we got Dan, we have Alexander, we have Steve, we have Sharon. You guys just type TTG if you are not a member of True Trading Group. I want to see who we have in here that are not members of the group. Yes, Memphis Street Dog says if we get below 360, I got some dry powder to spend. You and me both. You and me both. Yeah, I'll be looking to add to my long-term portfolio once we get down to those levels. All right. All right, guys, listen. So what I'll do here now is I'm done with the educational stuff and the analysis and commentary. So if you're not interested in a membership at all, you guys can sign off the live stream. Okay. Just make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications before you do go, because we do this 6 days a week. You don't have to want to miss out, especially during this time. But if you are interested in the platform, you guys want to become part of the THD family, let me show you what the platform actually looks like so you guys can see everything that you're going to get access to for your $1,027, right? Because it is an all-inclusive membership. You get access to all of our courses and all of our tools. So let me show you what some of this stuff looks like. You get our chat room, of course. Our chat room is where the mods and I share our screen. We are live on the mic. We're calling out our trades, providing, market commentary, trade ideas, answering questions. We're with you from pre-market all the way through after hours. We're not just gone after an hour or two and you're just left to fend for yourself. We're with you the entire trading day. You will also get access to our mobile app that lets you see the screen share, listen to the audio, and also get real-time push notifications whenever our moderators enter or exit trades. This way you guys can follow along with what we're doing, even though you're not in front of your computer. You get 2 small private study groups with our mods to help you get started on the right foot. You get Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed right inside of our chat, live breaking up to the second news alerts. You get congressional trading data so you can track the trades being made by members of Congress. You get TradingView's premium charting software, which is one of the most commonly used charting softwares, but that's $600 a year if you went to TradingView on its directly. It's included with your membership when you join us. The Benzinga news feed is over $1,000 a year if you went to Benzinga directly. It's included when you join us for $1027. You also get a simulator from ETNA that lets you trade stocks, options, crypto, and futures with fake money, but with real-time data. Go to ETNA directly. This will cost you just under $1,000 for the entire year. It's part of your membership when you join TTG for the 1027. You get our own proprietary scanner that lets you create custom scans. You get dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow. All of this is included when you join True Trading Group for 1027. You get a trading journal that tracks your trades and breaks it down to the numbers and statistics. You get a social sentiment scanner so you can see what stocks are talked about most on social media. Analyst ratings, so you can see how many analysts have a buy, sell, or hold rating on any stock you're interested in. And the mods and I give you guys detailed watch lists and game plans every day. So before the market even opens, you will know exactly what stocks the moderators and I are looking at, where we plan on buying them, where we plan on selling them before the market ever even opens, so you know where to focus your attention and where we believe the best opportunity is going to lie throughout the trading day. Then you have all of our courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of the 3-month educational training program that I went through when I worked at the firm in New York. There is beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it, we've got it. It is all included for the 1027. There are no VIP courses that are another $1,000 after you join. Okay. Q Cool. It looks like you're having a hard time signing up. Q Cool. If you are having a hard time signing up, text the number that is at the bottom of your screen right now. 786-505-4049. That number at the bottom of your screen, Q Cool. Text that number. You're having a hard time signing up, I can see. Anybody else that's having a hard time signing up, or if anybody else has questions, text that number at the bottom of your screen. We will get you taken care of. Aside from the courses, folks, you'll also get a video library. This has 400 hours of workshops and webinars that we've conducted with members covering a variety of topics. And then you can actually start attending these workshops live once you guys become full-time members. Because it's time for you to invest in yourself. Stop investing in stock picks that people on Twitter and Reddit give you. Why do you think they are worth your money, but you don't think you are worth your money? You are worth your money. You are the best investment that you will make. Now, I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you join True Trading Group, but what I will guarantee is if you do join and you actually utilize the platform, go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one study group, do it at your own pace, on your own time, on your own schedule. You have all year to do this. I'm not saying you got to do this in 30 days. I will give you the entire year of your membership. And if you cannot make back the membership fee, $1,027, then at the end of, if you can't make back the $1,027 at least once during your membership, then at the end of your membership, I'll give you back $2,054. That is the deal that I will make with every single one of you that join here tonight. And you can keep the free laptop. We cover shipping. We ship to anywhere in the world. We have members in over 100 different countries. The price is going up to over $1,100 after midnight tonight. Go to ttgoffer.com, enter the code TTG121, click apply code. The price will drop to $1,027. Enter your info, check out. You're good to go. As long as you see a laptop, that's how you know you're getting one. You don't have to enter your address to get the laptop. You'll get a welcome email after you join with instructions how to claim it, so be on the lookout for it. I can offer you that double your money back guarantee, folks, because we've only had to give a refund to 2.83% of our users. 78% of our members renew their membership. We're 5-star rated on Trustpilot, over 2,000 reviews. Go read them. I don't think you need it, but it's there for peace of mind, and it's there to hold us accountable. Simple as that. Get your butts in chat. This is going to be one of the craziest weeks of the entire year. This is the most important Fed meeting to date, because up until this point, it was all about inflation. Now, it's about inflation plus a banking crisis. What is Jerome Powell going to do? Do not be stranded on an island by yourself trying to figure this stuff out. Join True Trading Group, join members, join the moderators that genuinely give a damn whether or not you succeed or fail, and do not trade through this environment by yourself. If you have any questions, text us 786-505-4049. 4049. Thanks for joining me tonight, folks. You guys are the best. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Hope this is very educational. Hope you guys have a better feel for what's going on, how I plan on making money this week, what we think about Jerome Powell and the Fed. But if you guys want the details, the entries, the exits, the stops, the profits, etc., get your butts in chat bright and early tomorrow morning. I'll give you guys the entire game plan, the stocks I'm looking at, where I'm buying, where I'm selling, where I'm shorting. We'll cover all of it. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. I'll see you guys all in chat.